now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A safety with a sack there, LaMarcus Joyner.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Hey, 43. Mike's Haywood, 50. Down to lose one. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Danny.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Smith. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, Ripley.
On the ground, this is Williams. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Let him know.
They'll try to run for it with Smith. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing now is Carr. Here's a short little toss to Carrier. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Raiders.
For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr going to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
6-man. Hey, exit. Mike 2.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs the defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now this time, Carl throw. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
To throw, it's Carr. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
Carr's pass complete to Antonio Brown. Touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. 15. Kill. 24 is the mic. 15. 24 is the mic.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Ooh, the juke. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7.
What down? 180. I got you, boy.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Carr. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
52 to Mike, boys. 52. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Joker. Olay!
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Paul bringing it in. Give him 32 on the play. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Easy. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Under 10. On general. Flash. Undercrush. Rip lift.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Mahomes going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Hey, 43. Check mark 50. Yellow. 50. Check mark 50. Hey, what's the ball? Right there.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check 99. Check 99. Easy. Kill. You're mine.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Yellow. Let's go, 180. Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 52 is the mic right here.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, heroes 15. 52. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got 3 down. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up. Switch, switch, switch. Switch, switch. Easy.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
His throw incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
57 colors. 50's the mark. Right here.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Over the middle here to Brown. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger, so he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All day, every day, any day.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Here we go. Now the 50's the mark. 50's the mark.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. First down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
15. Strong right. Delta. Even.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight. Attack. You got 4.
Mahomes now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Paul. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Yellow. Showing it. 15.
Now Mahomes looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards. First down, Raiders.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now.
Keep playing hard.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
8 yards on the pickup.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 637.
Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 down. 24
Mahomes now on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Alert flare. Yellow. Mike 50.
On the toss, here's Williams. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Hey, Ridley.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And Paul has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Mahomes now 9 of 17 through the air. Now here's Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Let's go. Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Here we go. Let's attack. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 43. Go. 52. Nice, sweetheart.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Yellow, 15. Hey, 4 down. Bravo! 61. Matchbox.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Watkins, the intended receiver. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as they have taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Here's a toss coming right. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They run it again with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. We're back now in KC. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. It's caught. It's Paul. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes, and they're going to get the 2. It's caught, and the lead is cut to 2 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go! Let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Carr now on 1st down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down, Raiders.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with him and get himself calm.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Attack! Hey, 57.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Hey, Mike's 50.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Attack! Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Stay with you. 50, yellow. Mike's 50. Rabbit. Strike.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call. And
you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
24 is the mic. 24 is the mic. Watch the screen. White 43. Check. Crunch. He's coming. Double up. Yellow. He's coming. Double up. Watch the exit.
Mahomes to throw once more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Butker's kick here is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. He'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Grant. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Carr now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Tighten up, tighten up.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Raiders, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, It was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week.